How do spirits look when I see them? I get asked this question all the time as an evidential psychic medium. If you're new here, my name is Dawn Cherie, and I connect people with their loved ones and help people get unstuck in their lives. So, this is a question I get asked all the time, and I can only speak for how I see them. Not every medium has the same exact experience. In fact, it's kind of all over the place, but this is what I have experienced. So for me, they show up in all different ways. Sometimes they show up exactly how they were when they passed. Sometimes, and this is the most often, they'll show up as kind of a favorite time in their life when they felt the best about themselves. For example, my grandma shows herself when she's in her 30s, when she was skinny and she always had huge, you know what's, and she just had her hair done, and that's when she felt the best in her life, in her skin. So a lot of spirits will do that. Some spirits will show up in a way that you can tell what time period they're from. So they'll show up with certain clothes on, and sometimes spirits will show up as something and then change how they look. So if they do that, they're usually showing up to get you to realize, again, time period or who they are or how they died or what have you, and then they might switch to something else, because it does take a little bit more energy to project something other than what they currently are or what they believe themselves to be or look like. How a spirit shows up depends on so many different things. So for some people, they don't want to see the gore or how somebody died. So like if somebody got in a car accident and they were kind of, I hate to say it this way, but kind of mangled. Some people don't want to see that. And so the spirit knows that and they won't show themselves that way, at least for the most part. Some spirits don't have enough knowledge yet to know that, hey, I shouldn't show myself this way and freak this person out. So it starts off with what you want to see or what you don't want to see. For example, angels. The reason that we see angels with pretty wings and all that is because that's what we're expecting to see. That's what we want to see. And if we saw them the way they really look, we would freak the hell out and we wouldn't think of angels as these cute little things, cute beings that help us. I'll make another video on that, but angels are not cute little things with wings. That's not how they look like in reality. They're pretty freaking scary looking. We'll go into that in another video. So it's about expectations, and then it's about helping. So if you're doing a reading for someone and the person that you're doing the reading for, the sitter, will recognize if they show up in, let's say, a Duke sweatshirt. Maybe that's how they show up, so that you say, hey, I see a guy, he's wearing a purple Duke sweatshirt, right? Then that person will know, oh my gosh, that's my Uncle Fred, who knows? Or they'll say, if they show how they passed, then maybe that's how the other person will know who it is, right? So if they show like, hey, this person has a giant gash right here, okay, that's my Aunt Susie, whatever. So it's always, the way that they show up is almost always has a purpose of like helping you to know something, helping you to confirm something, or it's just the spirit doesn't know how to show up yet any other way. So it's just going to show up as they are. Even in the cases where like my grandma shows herself at 30 something years old, I automatically know who that is just based on her showing up that way. So the hair, the way she has it done, and the outfit, she wears the same outfit every time. It's like this black sparkly jumpsuit romper, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like sexy as shit. And my grandma was fine as hell. She was. So I always know when she comes through in a reading that way, oh my gosh, that's my grandma. Now if they were like, oh, it's an old lady with gray hair and yada yada, that could be multiple people. We'd have to keep going and digging into who this might be. So there's always a purpose to it. There's always a purpose to how they show up.